What does it take to be a game changer in a game of competitive EDH? Hi, I'm Warren with Crackerjack Games, and if you like awesome deck techs and great cards, be sure to like and subscribe. Now, we all know about our new Game Changers list for all of Commander, but when you look at your average cEDH deck, it's absolutely littered with these cards. So since everyone's playing them, it really takes something special to be a game changer in the format. My own play group doesn't think we've had one printed since Underworld Breach, and I could see that. One of the questions you're always asking when you're building a new deck in cEDH is this an Underworld Breach deck? Well, I think we got one in Bloomburrow and one in Duskmourn last year, and I want to take a look at a list that absolutely puts both to the maximum power. We're going to look at a Bant, Thrasios, Yoshimaru deck, because if we're going to play with a powerful deck, we might as well play with a powerful mechanic like Partner. So obviously Thrasios has huge upside, plays early, infinite mana outlet. You're going to win the game if you can make that infinite mana. Our other commander is Yoshimaru, Ever Faithful. This guarantees us a turn one play. It gets a little bigger as time goes on, but really it's 1 mana, and now we have all of our free spells online ready to go right from the start of the game. The other thing is this adds white to a green-blue deck, and we get all the cool silence effects and Grand Abolisher effects that make winning on our turn a whole lot easier. So the Bloomburrow card in question is Valley Floodcaller. It's the Flash Otter, and you may cast non-creature spells as though they had flash. Along with that, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, rats you control all get +1/+1 until end of turn, and you untap them. That's the perfect synergy for the other card from Duskmourn, Enduring Vitality. Creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. And it's awfully hard to get rid of this because if you kill it, it comes back as an enchantment. This little combination gives us instant speed, tons of mana, and as long as we can tap our creatures for mana, they're going to untap as we cast flash speed non-creature spells. This engine is absolutely crazy, and even without Thrasios, there's a world where you just buff up all your otters and your birds, like Birds of Paradise, and beat down your opponents to win a game. There's another abusable, what I think is build-around card in the deck as well. The other big build-around in the deck, of course, is Displaced or Kitten. Cast a non-creature spell, blink something. That is awfully powerful. Now, we're in a green deck, so getting creatures out, not a problem. Finding creatures, definitely not a problem. Let's take a look at it. We've got Awesome Win Con, Finale of Devastation. Neoform turns Thrasios into our Valley Floodcaller or our Enduring Vitality. And it turns Enduring Vitality into Displacer Kitten and Enduring Vitality. And of course, we've got Eldritch Evolution. This turns Yoshimaru into one of our big creatures. In this list, which you can find in my Mox field, by the way, we also get to stick in a nice little birthing pod. Now, we're not chaining with birthing pods, so this is pretty fair. But again, turning Enduring Vitality into Displacer Kitten and getting our Enduring Vitality back is absolutely busted. I also have a really cool card to flicker. Well, a couple of them actually. The first one is Riptide Gearhulk, a 2/5 double strike prowess creature. When it enters, you bury something 3 deep in each of your opponent's decks. This is going to make it awfully hard for your opponents to keep things on the battlefield as long as you're casting spells. And this one might be a little cute and maybe a little obnoxious, but I think it's worth trying. And then another real showstopper, I'm convinced this card is going to be one of the best cards of the year for Commander. We've got Bright Glass Gearhulk, a 4/4 first strike trample. But when it enters, you search your library for up to 2 artifact creature and or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less and put them in your hand. cEDH is built on 1 mana spells, and we even leave out some of them because they're enchantments or artifacts. So this lets us play some pretty cool, powerful things. They're going to create more flicker opportunities. Some of our Gearhulk targets. We've got Candelabra of Tawnos, and we've got Storm Chaser's Talent. Flickering Storm Chaser's Talent gives us more otters, which means more Enduring Vitality mana later on. Also, it gives us a win con because those prowess otters can get pretty darn big. Flickering Candelabra of Tawnos lets us reset one of the other great cards in our deck, Gaia's Cradle, of course, which just means we get to dig with Thrasios a bunch more and put more cards in our hand to cast and flicker Candelabra of Tawnos. We're in a green-white deck, so we're doing things with Devoted Druid. We can use Gearhulk to get swift reconfiguration to put on Devoted Druid to make infinite mana. Being able to tutor out Mystic Remora and then flashing it in to go get more 1-drops seems like a really good play. We've got protection with Sylvan Safekeeper, and it's going to be tons of protection because at some point, the only land we really need is Gaia's Cradle. Because of the Cradle, we're on Cloud of Fairies. Untap 2 lands, This goes really well with Yoshimaru and Cloudstone Curio. You get to create a little bounce loop to make infinite mana, which you can put into Thrasios and draw your deck. You also get to play Recruiter the Guard, which has become one of the lesser creature tutors, but toughness 2 or less means we can get Displaced or Kitten, and a lot of our creatures have power 2 or less. So just playing Delny in this deck is complete upside. Even just Recruiter the Guard getting 2 creatures instead of 1 when it enters seems like a real good deal. We're in Bant, so we're obviously playing the Bant baby itself, Derevi Imperial Tactician. It enters, or you have a creature deal damage to an opponent. You get to untap target permanent, so that's really good, untapping a bunch of our lands, including Gaia's Cradle. White also gives us Grand Abolisher, and of course Silence. And that's something that blue and green really want, is the ability to do things on their own turn without being disturbed. And I know you thought we wouldn't be playing Emil, but we are playing Emil. Again, it's just another infinite mana outlet. It's a way to flicker Derevi, untap Gaia's Cradle, make more mana, continue the loop, to put into Thrasios to draw cards and win the game. So big surprise, Thrasios is really good. Yoshimaru gives us access to white cards. Partners are busted. Valley Floodcaller is the card you should be playing in your commander decks these days, especially your cEDH decks. I'm not sure if you've stuck an Enduring Vitality on the board, but it's pretty much free when you play it. You'll get to start using your creatures for mana immediately. And I really think Bright Glass Gearhulk is the truth. With some Flicker, you're going to be able to put so many non-creature spells in your hand and just keep the loop going because of our other busted card, Displacer Kitten. Again, the full link is in my Mox field, link in the comments. And thanks for liking and subscribing to this video.